What do you think it will cost? When building a new kitchen in a house, the normal house this size, you would have a budget of about, say, 80,000 for a kitchen.
So the way we work is we do an offer in a personal name. It just works out better for tax reasons in that way. What we normally do is I write an offer subject, normally we write it in my name and I nominate a buyer for it. I nominate the actual person because we use like investors, but it's all personal guys on their personal names. And then I say in my OTP, myself or such nominated person, and then I have 48 hours legally to nominate the physical buyer. And the only reason we do that is just to not have our investors have to sign everything up and down and then stuff don't get accepted, you know. But it's a very simple process.
Okay, so just to explain to you guys what we are busy with. We are finalizing a few units at Eleanor. And the idea is that we are basically, guys, we're going to this room.
Oh yeah.
We are essentially staging a few of the units. We actually have 2 units that's going to be furnished, that's rented out as furnished units. And for now, we are basically staging those units with furniture, the furniture that we're going to rent with the unit in anyways. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have these furniture pieces put in each unit and take photos from there. And the idea is a place that's furnished advertises much better, whether it's rented, furnished or unfurnished. It advertises way better when it is when the pictures have furniture in them. So essentially we're going to place the furniture we're putting in these 2 flats, we're going to place them through all the flats and take pictures and then start marketing probably very soon, probably within the next day or 2. So I want to show you guys a few features we've added. We've got these great balustrades and all of that. I'm not sure, you would have seen some of it through the videos and we'll show you more details on it. But something I want to add on to is we've got a bunch of spotlights around the units. We'll have proper internet. Each unit has its own alarm system, and we are adding cameras right through the entire property so that I can remotely see what is happening on the property without me physically having to be here. That's all supported by like a small room that has all the hardware and everything for the electric fence and all of that in one space, completely locked up. So yeah.
So tell us, Dippy, what are you doing?
I'm busy packing up all of the little bathroom things, and we're busy finishing the last couple of units here at the Eleanor Suites. So yeah, we're trying to get everything ready for the golden hour, which is probably in like less than an hour. And then yeah, we're going to take some exterior pictures of the units. And yeah, so it's a bit of a rush, but we need to get these units listed.
kitchen week at both houses. We have to, at this stage, decide what are we doing with kitchens, have to design if it needs to be cut. Albert Adamson is a little bit behind Lavinia at this stage.
We still need to make a bit of the decisions for plumbing, electrical, and
Yes.
so on.
And
We
base
have
that-
it now.
Yeah.
So,
Plumbing for kitchen,
Yeah.
planned on cabinetry and all of that. So we really need to define kitchens for both houses, plan what we're doing, even though it's not exactly all exact detail, but mostly
we need to know what we have, what we're going
what
to
we
need.
are putting
Are we
where.
going to do a whole new design? Are we going to be able to use what we have?
Yep.
So that basic layout, basic structure of each house, we need to do now.
Yeah.
Because it determines if we were not able to use any of this,
We'd have to build new stuff.
yeah, and then we would probably do different.
Exactly.
Because this it limits us a bit, but we're saving a lot.
Yeah. So we're saving a lot on cabinetry with these, and I think a client is getting solid cabinetry wood, which is actually nice, and a solid feel with these older cabinets. Even the wood paneling is also not veneer; it's solid wood.
Yeah, and the skeleton of the cabinet.
Okay. Luckily, that was the only thing that fell out at this stage. We'll probably replace a bunch of these hinges and make them much better.
Handles.
Even possibly
hinges.
runners. So what we have swiftly discussed is that we will probably keep these cupboards and we'll probably paint them white, right? You agreeing on the white? What are
Yeah, well,
your opinions on
I
it?
think if we're doing white with the white top, I don't know really about with the white wall.
Mm-hmm.
Let's discuss it.
Okay,
what
so
we
let's
have-
start at layout.
Let's start at layout.
So we'll have this type of layout. We need two cabinets on this side. We then also need a vanity cabinet, right?
scullery.
A scullery cabinet. So this will all be fridge and two appliances like
Yeah.
we've shown you guys
So we
on the
don't
renders
really
before.
need anything for the fridge, just a space.
Yes.
Then for the two machines, we'll build a cabinet,
Yes.
but it's only a structure. It doesn't have doors,
Yes.
and that's because we don't have doors for it. So we'll design it accordingly.
Okay, and then these two will probably be like the basin cabinet,
Yes.
the zinc cabinet.
Yes, so the zinc will be there, two machines here. So if we can build a skeleton for this one, and we have the doors for it, it looks tied in.
Yes.
Then we have a couple of top cabinets.
Which we'll probably have to place here.
Yes,
There's
we
no
will,
real
because
alternative
there's no wall
options.
space here. There will be
Unless we put
machines.
them on top of the fridge.
But we have an open wall
Okay,
here.
yeah, it's probably
we
a
have a
better
lot
wall,
of things
yeah.
here. So,
So all of these three will go up there
yes,
for storage.
yeah.
And then we've got an island. That island we used at Edgar. So we'll show you guys pictures of that. It's an island that was installed, but they converted this house into a salon. So they don't have it, they don't use it. We are still negotiating a bit with them to actually get it, but in principle they're fine with selling it to us. It's a full island with a stove, and
There's
it
a
was
concrete top.
and it was with a white shaker cabinet, so it kind of matches the bill. I think it has a concrete top at this stage. We should decide: are we changing that concrete top, throwing it away, or and placing everything new, or can that concrete top on its own be a feature as an island, which I think it can, and then do something else here? I only think that if we do that, we shouldn't do the back cabinetry with something else, with something extreme. It should be a grey, a white, a black, something like that.
I agree with that. I think we must possibly check if and how close we can get to the concrete that we have there.
Well, the question is, do we match it, or do we? So we can even match it with concrete, but do we match it, or do we get something
Totally different.
contrasting so it's different a bit? I'm thinking a dark grey. So it will match, but that's a light grey, the concrete. It will. I'm thinking white cabinetry, dark grey tops at the backs and the sides,
and then this lighter grey, thicker concrete top.
Yeah, which is nice. And then with the
So probably something like that, right? Or like this, without that blemish, maybe like that.
yeah. Yeah, we always go for the
special.
the special,
Whatever's on special. But
close to the colour.
normally Quentin has a few of general colours in.
Yeah.
We just don't want to go with something glossy with like a
Yeah.
sparkle in it.
Okay,
or
so let's
whatever.
say we have the light cement top. We're doing a darker cement finish at the back.
Yes. So we're talking
but
something like that
we're
or
thinking
that, right?
about possibly a light wood on painting on this
Yes.
cabinetry. We currently have a dark island with
Yes.
a dark stove top and a dark oven as well. Will
So
we
there's a lot of black.
go? We can paint it. It's been painted.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So are
So
you
we must
saying
just
the
think-
extra?
We must think
cabinetry
about
then?
this. Are we going to change this? We must think about that. Do we want to change that to same as this, maybe dark as well? Everything else is going light. We haven't made a decision on backsplash here yet.
But there won't be crazy lots of backsplash, but it will be an accent.
It will be here
Yeah.
and it will be there when
That
you look
outside
through the
wall.
window.
Yes. Yeah. I haven't looked even, but I'll look over the weekend and Monday for a backsplash for you. You just need exact squeeze because it's small. We can probably find a nice last batch of
Yes.
something. Are we going to have some of these guys starting to sand these?
Yeah, not right now, but soon.
Yeah. And then last question. In a place, I think at my own house, a cabinet or something I did. These are small little handles. Are we going to patch them and put whatever handles we want, or are we going to have these coated? These same ones. Because
I
they're not
think-
bad. It's a bit of a mission.
Yeah. No, I think we'll have them redone.
Okay, so we're going to patch the holes
Yeah.
that's in here, paint it a solid color,
Yeah.
and that will allow us to put new handles. Good.
What do you think it will cost? When building a new kitchen in a house, the normal house this size, you would have a budget of about say 80,000 for a kitchen.
Yes, full kitchen,
Full
tops,
kitchen.
cabinetry, all of it. Yeah.
Let's do some quick math on it because
Our tops here will be how many meters? Do you think?
here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's
About
it.
7 meters, and we already bought this
Yeah.
top. And
So
island.
this island top whole thing is going to cost us somewhere between 5 and 10,000 rand.
Yes.
Okay, all of it included. That's a second-hand kitchen cabinet we bought. It's actually a TV unit that we bought and converted previously.
Yeah,
But
we custom built that island.
The
previously.
thing with that island is it's probably, it would cost us to build, it would cost us the same if we were to build it. If we
Yeah,
were
and it has
looking for a
stove
TV.
and oven in already.
But I mean, for us to go to a pawn shop, we can find a little cabinet and convert it and do all of that for the same cost.
Yeah.
It's just this has been done, so it's just a bit easier and
Yeah.
cheaper. Or not cheaper, cheaper on effort. So 10,000 rand there.
Let's
Tops another 10.
another 10, yes.
So that's 20. And then cabinet painting and refurbing and a bit of extra cabinetry, another
Between
10.
5 and 10, yeah.
So we're on 30,000 rand for a kitchen,
Yeah.
including stove, excluding mixer. Let's call it, and zinc and a few things like that.
35.
Let's call it 35, which is less than half
Yeah.
when we
And
can
you-
reuse, and that's why we reuse
It
kitchens.
will look like a 80,000 rand
Yes,
kitchen.
it will be nice and nice new hinges, soft close probably, and that type of thing. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's why we reuse.
That's the math around
reusing.
how to flip the property, because this is your biggest cost probably.
One of your biggest costs.
A kitchen,
And-
80,000 rand. A bathroom is 30,000 rand every day.
And
so
changing
this is
crucial parts.
the one
So
thing-
we're still changing handles, we're still changing hinges, we're still changing tops,
layout.
layout. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of change happening as part of it. So
But you get a lot of value when
by
you have the
reusing cabinets. Yeah.
The same at the other house which we'll go to now, and we're going to do the same thing there. we do have some cabinets, and that will help us determine a bit of the layout. It doesn't give us a black and white layout,
Yeah.
but it guides us a bit because we have it already and it's saving us a lot.
Yeah. So let's go to the other house. Quick ways like this, but let's use this one.
Hey!
And it worked with coffee. And we are at Albert Adams, so both work. Luckily, we didn't end up at the neighbors. Imagine that. It's like two guys popping up with coffee.
Set your GPS before you teleport.
Exactly. Always make sure you set your teleportation GPS right. Anyways, we deviate.
Okay, so we need to do the same thing at this property. This
Except
is a
here we're
bit
not
of a-
guided by anything. We don't have an island. We don't have cabinetry that we're going to use.
We
nothing.
have some.
Well,
we have
but
some.
that's back. That's carcasses. It's not.
It's the skeleton cabinets, and they are not a lot, and they are basic. They are not large in size, so it's the normal cabinetry that we would have had built in any case.
Yes. You mean white melamine backboards and shelving that we'll basically keep.
But that's
it's
normal.
a reuse.
It's a 1.2 cabinet. It's a 900 cabinet, and it's
So
a
2-door or a
450
3-door
drawers.
or a drawer or whatever, which will get new fronts in any way. So a little bit of a saving, but not as significant as next door. Here we
Yes.
maybe save 5,000 rand from that.
We still do most of the carpentry. We don't
In-house.
get a contractor. We don't get a subcontractor. We have a guy in-house.
we
who
don't
does
get a
all our-
kitchens, something with their
Yes.
name kitchens at the end.
It will. This will be a 120,000 rand kitchen that will be in this house.
That we'll build for
We'll build
60-ish.
for 50, 60 around.
The one at, that was like really impressive, matte black, everything was built for like 50-ish as well,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
And that
This-
was including the main bedroom and some of the
And some
vanities.
cabinetry as well. And we'll do the same here.
Yes.
So here what we have is we have a long room that will become a kitchen. That will become a back door. We're going to close up that little part, right? So to create more wall space.
We have tried, just to give a bit of background, we have tried a couple of things here, and we've seen that it won't be able to fit in an island and cabinetry. So we've ditched
essentially-
the island on this house.
Well, we'll still have a nook or a,
A
niche
peninsula.
or a peninsula or not an island, just a peninsula. So it's
Yeah.
coming from the main kitchen. So there will basically be an island that comes out to here. Again, we'll show you some renders, but it will come out all the way from that wall to this one. But what we have done is we've worked on a bit of a feature window. And obviously the pool area and the patio area will be really nice, and that will be really nice. So this will slide open, right?
Yeah, it's going to slide from the middle. It will be
to both sides.
two sliding
But,
doors that's
but so
opening
it will,
from the middle.
will almost be like a serving counter to the outside, which would be really cool. And then we'll have in the living area and so on, there will be sliding gates. So all of it will live out this way. So there will basically be a long kitchen coming through here. There's a flat lid in the back, or space for a flat lid.
Flat lid or just another room and another
Guest
bedroom.
suite type of thing. And then a massive laundry / scullery area that's a separate room. So the idea is that you can stack stuff there.
Yeah, and you don't want all the mess and the double zinc where
Exactly.
you're entertaining. You want to put that around the corner, put that
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
We do have some renders of this property, which what we are still working on.
Yeah,
But
it's a working
we
render
have
at
a
this
plan
stage.
the plan that we have is fridge on this wall.
Yes. So we
fridge on
have to
this
set
wall.
out these things because we have to plan plumbing, electricity, all of those things right now.
Yeah.
So never mind just putting in cabinetry. If there's a fridge there, it needs a plug because you don't want to buy a brand new perfect house, but you have to put a lead for your fridge. you
No,
know?
that's terrible.
So we want to place spaces where you can typically have plugs. So we'll probably have plugs and isolators on that wall and plugs on this
Yeah.
wall.
Normally you have random plugs on countertops for a
coffee
kettle
machines,
and
that
so
type
on
of thing,
and
yeah.
that things. But for a washing machine and for a fridge, you need a designated
Dedicated
plug.
So
yeah.
washing machines, all the appliances will probably be in the back room, right? In the
Yes.
scullery, laundry area. The fridge will probably be on this wall.
Yes, we'll check if it's that side or this side, and that will also be determined by the type of cabinetry that we
Yes.
have. Will it be a food cabinet or will it be a plate cabinet?
Yes.
And that all of that is part of our design.
We are thinking high cabinets there,
Yes,
right?
on this wall.
And that's also to be packing storage space. Have a
Yes.
proper enough storage space behind me, and a fridge.
Yes.
And then on that side, lots of lower cabinetry, because we have that serving counter
Yes.
type of thing. And we're probably thinking a 900 nice freestanding stove somewhere here as well.
Yeah, we have
Um,
about 4.5 meters from there to there.
To the end of the peninsula.
Yeah, that's about 4.5 meters. So that's
Okay.
really.
So
that's
1
a
meter
lot.
of that will be taken up by a stove, and the rest is storage as
Yeah,
well.
we'll still decide if you need a preg bowl here, because the double zinc will be right around the
And
corner.
again, then you still need plumbing to be put in now at this stage of the project,
Yes.
not later. So basically, colors. We've just gone and when we arrived here from our teleportation, our normal colors were picked out here. So we normally use a lot of Vermont slate, petrol blue, color Parma, Windsor grey. I don't really like fake woods. You know, like a melamine wood that much.
Yeah,
I like it
like
when it's like an accent.
The same is
the
all,
linear finish.
all of the woods that we buy, they have two options. The one option is the linear finish, which gives it basically a wood grain.
Yes,
And
but
then
I'm
you
talking
get-
about these types of
Yeah,
things.
the wood look.
I don't
yeah.
like that wood look. Sometimes it's well used if you have it as an accent for like a microwave box, like at your house. I think it was well done. It worked well, and so on. But I like to go for a modern thing, a modern, plain, matte-ish finish. Now,
That is what we've normally went with. We are looking to do something else possibly here.
it's difficult when you're at house 25 to to keep innovating, especially when you have a bit of a style. You know, an industrial style, you don't want to just go way off and put in a pink kitchen or whatever because it's shabby chic and that's, or light blue or whatever, you know. So I'm thinking, and you still want to take costs into consideration. So there's crazy boards that you can buy and solid woods and oaks and whatever, but all of that just chases up your expenses. So what we have discussed is this color. This is called espresso. It is a standard Miller wood color. It's almost like a brownish, greenish.
Brown, green, grey mixed.
Yeah, like a concrete greenish color. I've seen this installed at my parents' house. My parents' house have this inside, so it actually works well with black. I love it with matte black. And
What they did is they just changed the cabinetry.
the
because-
faces of the cabinetry
Yes, because there was granite tops in
with cherry.
with cherry,
Yeah.
but the granite tops was a type of a brown. That's why they went with that color, because they didn't have to change the tops or the floors.
So they currently have this combination, butter, almond, or something similar. And we won't do that enough. It's
No.
not quite Bigpond style.
No, and well, that again, it's
And there was
them
a
about
reason.
30,000, and they didn't have to redo the whole house's floor.
Yeah.
So that's a way to compare or to add colors to each other. To
Yep.
when it was an old color, you can make that color work
Yep.
by adding
Definitely
something
true.
new to that.
The problem with this color, because it is grayish, it won't work well with a grey
I
top.
don't think so.
It should either be blackish, a black darkish color. The problem with that is it might look like Rustenburg.
Yeah.
we don't want to do a Rustenburg.
The reason we don't want to do Rustenburg is Rustenburg granite tops have been installed in projects that was done around the 2000s. I think probably 80% of the houses
All of them.
were done with cherry and Rustenburg tops. So it's been overdone.
So we are left with whites
Yes.
as colors, concretes and whites. I like the idea of going with white in this house. It will lighten up the space a bit more even. You know, and you can really see it work well already.
Yeah.
Obviously, like you said on the previous house as well, we'll look at what's on special from our granite.
But you get
our stone
most of the
supply.
colors even on special.
A version of
Yes,
it, yeah. But you agree that looks quite good. We'll have Dupi render this out in these color configurations. This is really nice. It's just expensive.
with the type of vein.
Marble type of thing, really cool.
But you get again, you get a version of that type.
So let me show you that. So that's the espresso with all the whites. Tell us what you think in the comments. Do you like this? Do you not? Do you hate it? Do you have another suggestion? Something we're not thinking about?
Yes.
That's kitchen planning done.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, again, same thing. This is the discussion.
It might grow.
This is the discussion. We'll then get this rendered, and then after that, we'll just fast forwarding. This is how the end product will look. No, we don't really like that. Let's change it. So
It's very much cheaper to render and see we don't like it than to build and see we don't like
yes.
it.
So we're gonna get that rendered, see how it looks, and I think it's a really good option.
Espresso and white-ish tops.
We haven't done it before.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll take the flooring into consideration. The type of tile that we'll put in here.
Yeah. We
The
still
house
have
will
to choose all
probably
of
be
those.
white. The house will be white.
The
inside.
walls.
Yes.
Yeah. The
Again,
exterior we
backsplash.
haven't decided yet, but that we'll get to. We'll probably spray this as well. I think it's Friday. We've done 2 kitchen designs. Probably time to wrap up.
Let's try it again.
See
Maybe
where we
it
go
can
now.
work better.
Hey!
Yes,
sir. This is Thirst, right? Yeah,
We're
that's
at
Thirst
Thirst.
in Ferry Glen. Friday afternoon. Time traveled a bit as well.
This is the end of week 4.
4 of season 2.
Season 2, week 4. We have been very busy this
It's
week
been
again.
kitchen week. A whole lot of kitchens. Kitchen
Again,
planning.
it's the middle of 2 projects. So there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes which are not
as exciting to see.
as exciting, but we did show what goes into the planning of a kitchen. And there's a lot of design elements, there's a lot of money, there's a lot of
Lots of
planning.
money.
Yes, it's a
yeah.
big feature of a property.
We also this week handed over the Levels house. So that's been occupied. They're now in control of it. It's not in our hands anymore. It is officially sold and gone. We also finished up Eleanor Street, which is the multiple units. So if you're looking for a unit to rent anywhere between 6 and 7,500 rand, we've got 6.
There's not a lot of them available, especially even if you're not looking to rent from us. There's not a lot of units available in Pretoria East at that type of price range and that type of style.
And these we have are much cooler than your grandmother's granny flat.
Yes, for sure.
So this is the end of week 4.
This is week 4.
End of week 4.
You'll
Are we
see
missing
all the
anything
rental
else?
properties on all of our
Social media.
Social media.
They'll be advertised on Property 24, Private Property.
share them to people that you think would want to rent from us, and then
Tag people in the
tag
comments
people.
and all of that. Share that post on our social media to people who you might know. And yeah, is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
Let's see where it takes us after this. Cheers.